William McNeal gets arrested. And let's talk about this, because I do think we need to learn how to look at things like this. So,
Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights, and it's not raining. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm fucking with the dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
All right, go for it.
so they broke the window.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
They do punch him right there.
Yeah. Show that other video too, where you see his perspective.
I've had so many people ask me about this William McNeal.
So they do that, and then they get him out,
But after watching it this time and watching it very, very closely,
and then
based on my experience in this profession, I don't see a man who
they
was
go
calm and
to-
confused.
they go to
Here's what I
town.
saw. The officers had a...
So, first I want to know your thoughts.
Okay, this is a from watching both of those videos.
As a white man, I want to know your thoughts.
Stop it! It's got nothing to do with that. I was always raised that if a police officer or I specifically remember my parents saying if a police officer or a firefighter asks you to do something, you do it because they're in charge.
Okay.
If you're in a situation where they're asking you to do something, they're in charge. So you do what they say. So coming from that perspective, I have been pulled over a few times in my life for speeding. You ever been pulled over? Mm-hmm. I've been pulled over for speeding, and the first thing I usually do is I know I'm speeding, and I'll be like, "Look, man, I know I was speeding. I'm just honest. I'm not trying to be confrontational." So I feel like number one, what I'm doing is I'm being respectful automatically to that police officer, and I'm owning what I did. But that's because I've known what I'm doing. So I don't know if this guy knew what he did because he kept asking, "Why am I getting pulled over?" But I still think the way that he was talking and maybe his tone of voice wasn't as respectful to a police officer, which is someone who is they're in charge of us. That's their job. So I think this is a kind of a classic case of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Okay. Like if you're gonna react that way and not get out of the car, say call the supervisor. When it cut to that other shot, they had pulled another police car up just right in front of his car, so his car was boxed in, so he couldn't go anywhere. And he locked the door. None of it looks good. It doesn't look like somebody who's trying to comply and be respectful. And
Do you think once they broke the window that the punch was needed?
So in that second video that we watched, he says later on that there was evidence that he had a knife in the vehicle that was within reach. So him going back in the vehicle and locking the door, I think knowing that there's a weapon within reach, I think that becomes more within reason to protect themselves.
Okay.
So. What do you think? Do I think, I mean, from the way some of these videos are edited that I've seen, it just looks like he's getting punched by a cop.
Right.
Which looks wrong. But if you don't have the whole picture, and it is crazy, you're just refusing to get out of the car.
Yeah.
So this goes one of two ways. Either the cops are like, "It's all right, sir, you can go," or they're like, "Get out the car."
Yeah, because they're not letting you go. Like once
No.
they tell you, like there's never going to be a time when a cop says something, you argue, and they give in to what you said. It's not going to happen.
No.
because then they lose their authority, and
Yes.
now it's like,
And they
well,
are in authority. Do you live like right here? We're in the city of Sparks.
Yeah.
City of Sparks police officer asked me to do something. I'm going to do it
yeah,
because they are the authority.
unless it's illegal.
Yes.
But but what you were saying though, the different perspectives, and again, we want you to have a biblical perspective of things. Now,
Yeah.
not everything is gonna be black and white. What does the Bible say about what they did? What's the Bible say about what he did? It's not like that.
Is there a verse that talks about cops punching people?
Exactly. But it does talk about an abuse of authority.
Yeah.
And that being a thing, if that's what happened. In Proverbs 18:17, it says, "The first to speak in court sounds right until the cross-examination begins."
Yeah.
Meaning, when you hear somebody's side of the story, you're like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe they did that. Can't believe they're doing that. Oh my goodness." Then you hear the other person's and you're like, "Oh snap, that person,
Yeah.
that person's a jerk that I was just talking to."
That's like parenting.
Oh,
summed
yeah.
up. You're like,
Yeah.
I can't believe your sibling did that, and the other one's like, well, they kicked me in the face an hour ago.
Exactly. So my point is that we've become a country that is like, react immediately, say something immediately, have an opinion immediately. And the Bible actually warns us and goes, wait. Hear the both sides first.
And I think everyone's got a camera.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to document everything. I think things can very easily be manipulated.
But even when you have a camera, your camera doesn't start rolling to a certain point. So you miss whatever came before that.
Yeah.
And so, as Christians, we can't just jump onto everything that feels like, oh my goodness, this is so sensational and so crazy. I can't believe somebody would do that. How dare they? It's like, I'm not even making a call on what the cops are right and wrong. I'm actually saying, let the courts look at it.
Yeah.
Let the courts look at the footage. Let them look at the evidence. Let them look at the stuff. But we don't want to do that because we have to be on the first. We have to be the first ones on scene to report what happened and look at this and have an opinion and make it. But that's what we want. We want views and we want clicks over actually being correct. Yeah. And you could ruin somebody's life making an assumption.
Yeah.
Because you want to be the first one on scene.
That could be said for a lot of things
A lot
in
of
culture.
things.
I mean, yeah.
You
We
could
don't have time
ruin
to get into all that, but
but you could ruin your friendship that way.
you could.
It
You
looked
could
like
ruin
this happened.
Yeah, you could ruin someone's life by making the assumption right away
Yeah.
without having the full story.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about, this other kid they don't really know, and they were like, yeah, he kind of looked me up and down and was like mean mugging me. And I was like, do you know that kid? And he was like, no. And I was like, so you don't actually know what his facial expressions are. You don't actually know how he feels about you. You don't actually know. How about you get to know him first?
Maybe they always look like this.
Exactly. And I was like, you may not like them after you get to know them.
He might have partial facial paralysis. It makes him look grumpy.
But at least you know from what actually is instead of what you've assumed. Mm-hmm. I also think that we've done a really bad job of making everything polarizing. You're either pro-black or you're pro-cop. And if you're pro-cop, that guy deserved it. And if you're pro-black, then those cops are just racist. And it's like, that's not...
There's a lot of nuance.
There's a lot of nuance to
issues.
All these things. And so let me caution you against jumping to conclusions. Wait, even if you get in an argument with a friend or you hear something a friend said about you or get all the facts.
Yeah.
Don't jump to conclusions. When you hear stuff like this, get all the facts. Don't jump to conclusions. Wait till it all comes out and see what is the reality instead of just the assumption. So, that being said, hopefully you got something out of all this stuff that we talked about. And hopefully you take it. You make it a part of your life. You become a wise Christian. You become a wise Christian who seeks God over what the world says, and that you take God's opinion. But again, I want to encourage you, download the 418 app, go on YouTube. You can watch all these clips for free, and go and like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. We'd really appreciate it as we're growing. And then download the free ebook. It's your turn. Grab some merch. We love you guys.
Anyone's got a connection, we're still looking to be sponsored by Reese's Puffs and or Life Cereal.
And or Life Cereal.
And or Model Dairy.
And or...
Thanks for watching Cereal Talks. Bye.
Join the revolution.